Hey guys, this is Michael, aka SoundJack, from Nerdy Geek Talk, the source for all your nerdy geeky needs, here with episode 61 of Steel City Boss. Joining me tonight are Chrys. How are you doing?
Hoping I don't die of a coughing fit halfway through the recording.
Good. That would also sound very good on the recording if you did not do that.
That's why I've got my finger on the mute button, buddy. Every time I'm not talking is muted. Apologies for the curse word, Eric. I'm not feeling the greatest. Anyway.
How are you doing?
I'm back, baby. Yeah.
And Miguel, how are you doing?
Doing all right.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is episode 61. The last Sunday show was episode 59, but that's because there should be an episode 60 out, a podcast talking about those of us who went to TFCon and our experiences with that. It was up earlier, but apparently there was an audio problem with the podcast, so that had to be taken down. It's not currently up as of this recording. I suspect it'll be up by the time this goes out. But just in case it's not, it exists. It's recorded. It's just going to be a bit or something if it's not up by the time this goes up. But it also would end up on my channel at SoundJack 426 because we decided to do a crossover episode. So it's just the same podcast on both channels. But my channel, you can watch the pre-show, the same people, myself, Eric, Miguel, and Alyssa, who you won't know from this show, but you'll know from Anime Overdrive, as well as Chris's sister for the pre-show. But he was not at the post-show talk because I haven't honestly talked to him since. Because he's kind
of been in a coma state.
Okay, good to know.
He got sick after the con, and then he passed it on to me, and that's what I've got.
Fun times.
Yes.
Anyway, let's get going with the history lesson of the week. This week's history lesson is for November 4th, the day we are recording the podcast. On this day in 1950, Marky Post, a.k.a. the voice of June Darby from Transformers Prime, is born. And I think that's all she did.
That's all she wrote?
Yeah, that's all she did. She technically voiced RC for a BotCon script reading of Shadow Zone.
That's cool.
But that's about it for Transformers. But she was at BotCon, so cool. Let's just move on to what everyone got this week. Miguel, let's start with you. What did you get this week?
I feel like this is going to be a common theme this week. I picked up Power of the Prime's Wreck-Gar, the Walgreens exclusive. Ended up picking up two, because my local Walgreens had one, and I found it after I had ordered the one from the website that I managed to snag. So I have two now. Mighty fine re-deco of Groove.
Yeah.
I was talking about this before we started recording. I feel like this is a better take than the Reveal the Shield mold. This one's, since it's Groove, far more boxy and everything, much like his Generation 1 counterpart, while the Reveal the Shield was much more skinny and sort of nimble, although that one had a lot more dedicated Wreck-Gar Junkion-ness to it, with the guns that moved up a little north to be collarbone guns, and the what was the other thing? Oh, the tabs. So you could actually, if you had two of the mold, you could have one in robot mode sit on one in bike mode.
That's cool.
Which this one, the Groove mold, doesn't. It's not too hard to have a deluxe ride the vehicle mode, so that's still good for those of you who want to troop build. And from what I'm seeing, this so far seems to be the Walgreens exclusive that has hit saturation the quickest, because I feel like almost everyone I'm seeing online has managed to walk into a Walgreens and snag one.
Yeah, that's fair.
While the clones, it was very hit or miss, and Brainstorm...
In some cases, they hit a year later.
Yeah,
For
and
you.
then for some of us, didn't hit until this year. And then even Brainstorm, I feel Brainstorm was very hit and miss, where they showed up, kind of dried up in some areas, went on instant clearance in others. But yeah, Wreck-Gar's pretty cool, and that's it for me. I'm still kind of just trying to recover from TFCon.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just go next because I also got Power of the Primes Wreck-Gar. But the question I just want to bring up is how the weapon was molded. Like, because we were talking about this before the show as well, and we were like, how did his weapon accessory from the Reveal the Shield mold come to be? Because it's the exact same one. So did they just was this a separate casted part in itself already? Did they remake it for this mold? Did they just how? That's a very good question. That's all. That's all I got. Wreck-Gar, he's quite nice. And that's it for me. So, Jared, what did you get?
I have a good amount of stuff, mainly because I missed the past episode or two. Yeah, let's start off with this. First off, I got the Flame Toys model kit for Optimus Prime, and it was a fun build. I actually enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, the figure itself is, as you would expect, just super posable, and it just looks like really good, and I was surprised with how good he actually turned out. I am most likely going to get their other Optimus. Yeah, I got a lot of building ahead of me, but other than this, I got Transformers Prime Shadow Strike Bumblebee, which is, for those who don't have this mold or don't have this figure yet, it's basically Prime with his Beast Hunters color scheme.
Jared, I'm going to interrupt you for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is apparently episode 62.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's for the audience. Sorry for calling this episode 61. I double-checked the podcast listings to make sure I had the right number. I'm like, okay, the last episode's 59. The post-TFCon podcast had to get taken down, so that must be episode 60.
That's what I was thinking too. So
yeah. So that's what I thought, but Eric was messaging us just now, reminding us, hey, it's episode 62. And apparently both him and the editor at separate times took down the most recent Steel City Bots podcast. So we're down the 2 episodes from last week.
oops.
So it's 62. If you're confused why I called it 61 in the beginning. But sorry for interrupting, Jared. Go on ahead with the rest of what you got.
All right. Next up, I got the Metals diecast, one of the Metals diecast vehicle mode formers for Transformers, and it's G1 Optimus Prime's vehicle mode and movie Optimus Prime's vehicle mode from movies 1 through 3. And they're cool. I haven't taken the G1 Prime out of the box yet because, honestly, I just like how it looks in the box for some reason. I don't know. It's probably just because it's the G1 style boxing.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I did get the Hallmark exclusive, that Hallmark Starscream ornament just today, because I was at my I saw our Hallmark store, and I'm just like, I'm gonna see if they have it, and they did. And I may or may not have broken him before the podcast started, and had to break out the glue.
Very nice. I hope I've passed my eternal bad luck of breaking Transformers I get to you.
I hope not.
Fair.
After that, continuing with the trend, I got Cyberverse Warrior Starscream. Here's the thing with the Cyberverse toy line. There's emphasis on the word toy because these are not meant for like the big adult collectors who want like high grade superposable figures. These are meant for definitely the younger audience who just have their parents buy their toys, smack them together, and break them in a couple weeks. But yeah, it's all right. Not the great Cyberverse, but not the worst, I don't think. After that, I also got Power of the Primes Wreck-Gar, and I don't really have much else to say because SoundJack and Miguel already pretty much said all that needs to be said about this. And yeah, this concludes Power of the Primes for me because I got nothing else to buy.
Nice. Just in time for Siege.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, I think. If I missed something, then oops.
Okay, cool. Chrys.
Hi, that's me.
So, I'll just preface this. You got a lot on your list.
Some of it's my brother's. Yes.
Because some of it's your brother's, and he was at TFCon. And
yes.
He's on the TFCon post-show podcast to talk about his haul. Which, by the way, if you want to hear myself, Miguel's, and Eric's hauls from TFCon, go to the TFCon post-show podcast, episode 61. But Chrys, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just going to go through these. I might talk about a few of them. Otherwise, I'm just going to list some names. Maybe a few words or two. Anyway, very first thing I got this past week is Sick, as you can tell. After that, there was, of course, I also got Wreck-Gar. Have a little funny story. I went to the Walgreens. I went there to get some Halloween candy, right? Uh-huh. So I'm like, you know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to go check the toy aisle. And, of course, Wreck-Gar is there. And I have only enough money on me for candy. So, thankfully, there was a very nice woman that worked there. And she helped me sort of ferret him away. And I came back the next day after coming home from work sick. And I grabbed myself a Wreck-Gar. So he's very pretty, very orange and rusty. I like. Now, before I move on to the haul, I'm going to talk about the other stuff that's non-haul.
Okay.
Or do we do that, or do you want me to just go down the list?
Go talk about non-haul stuff.
Okay. Yesterday was my brother's birthday, so I got us both, one for each of us, of the giant B movie B. The one that's like liter sized. The
Power Charge Bumblebee.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, it's very nice. A little kind of basic. I wish there was an off switch for the electronics, without having to take a battery out. But I like it. It's a very, very nice toy. Big old beetle mode is cute.
It makes me think. It kind of makes me think like the quality of leader class figures from Cybertron in that era, with the relatively simple transformation. Though the legs are a tad complex. The lights and the sounds, the kind of pose you get.
Yeah, looking at this figure, I'll be talking about in a little bit. Yeah, I kind of see where you're getting at. I feel like the Unicron Trilogy era ones were a little more involved, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
After that, I have the last two Terrorcons. I got those while Bro was at the convention. So I have an Abominus now.
Nice.
He is a very pretty boy. Oh, I forgot to mention, when I got Rekgar, I got the last Prime card that I needed, Vector Prime. So I now have all 13 cards, or one of each.
Yay.
That's exciting. Yay. What else? Was there anything else? No, I don't think there was anything else that was non-haul. So, oh, there was, and it actually kind of crosses over too. I got Power of the Prime's Predaking.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, Mom, bless her heart, she had actually gotten these for me and my brother for Christmas, like a while back. But when she heard I was trading my PS4 to Eric for the next thing I'm going to talk about, she was like, "Ah, crap. Well, I better give him their Predakings." So, or something like that. I don't know. So she gave my brother his Predaking in the van, and then before they left town, they dropped one off for me. And the unholy screech of happy that I made was apparently very deafening, and actually set off our automatic lock system on the house. The noise is supposed to detect the sound of breaking glass.
Oh.
It reacted to my screech.
Oh,
so
okay.
we had the police visit a few minutes later, which was funny. Sorry. So now, moving on to the next thing I got that I traded my PS4 to Eric in the beginning of my haul is the Nero Rex, and I don't know the company name, but it's a big black and purple Predaking boy. And holy crap, he is thick. With 3 C's.
He is a large fellow.
Oh my god, yes. I love him so much. He has a diaper. Like that bit that becomes the waist panels, it goes on like a diaper. But he is just so fantastic, and I hate to tell you this, I've already kind of broken a couple small things on him.
Good job. Well, you already paid for it, so...
Yeah, and they aren't, major, but I broke off the razor claw, his thumbs, I think it was. They're just gone.
The thumbs?
I was trying to put a weapon in, and it went in fine, but when it came out, the thumbs just went boop, boop, and they're gone.
Well...
So it's the thumbs for the robot mode of the guy I'll probably never have back in robot mode for any extended period of time for a while. So
okay then.
The other thing, it's not really so much broken as it is the plastic just sort of weakened on the massive frickin' sword. Holy crap! This sword, I can wield this thing. This is what I want in my Transformers weapons. I love it so much.
Just for a note, that doesn't tell you how big this figure is. It tells you how small Chrys is.
My brother thought it was big too. Heck you.
I'm kidding.
I'm 4'11". I could punch you in the nuts and run. There's nothing you could ever do.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, what did I just return to?
Welcome back, Jared.
I was calling. I made a joke that she.
I'm sorry.
Because she was commenting on how large her third-party Predaking sword was, that she could wield it, and I was like, that doesn't so much say as how tall Predaking is. It says more so how short she is.
Okay. For a size comparison, for anyone that actually does have the Power of the Prime's Predaking, it is taller than him. Okay, let me see here. Take your Power of the Prime's Predaking, put Rekgar on his head. It's that tall. Put Rekgar in robot mode, standing on top of Predaking's head. That's how big the sword. That's how tall the sword is.
Yep.
And it's made of other swords, which is just—it's so metal. I love, no pun intended. I love it.
The pun was definitely intended. I can tell you that for sure.
It was not, actually. Believe it or not, that pun was not intended. It was just very convenient.
Yeah. But
Anywho, yes. Moving on to the next thing I got. This may or may not actually be my brother's, and he may or may not want it back after he hears where it is. I have was it Takara Legends you called it, Miguel?
Oh, they...
The shiny boy. Don't say the name. I say the name, but the shiny red boy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's the one for the movie, right?
Yes.
The big evasion.
Oh, him.
It's called. Is that Takara Legends or what is that?
Takara did it for their Bumblebee movie line.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know the official name of the line, but it's the Takara remake of the Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. That's like in liter scale, I think.
It's just the Bumblebee, but it's just in their Bumblebee movie. So everywhere they're like the big Bumblebee, like the later class one. They're doing him in that line. All of like the Energon Igniters. It's just their Bumblebee movie line. They just decided to lump this really awesome figure.
It is so cool. And he's shiny. He's got like chromey bits, which is great. It looks like they've improved the molding too.
Mm-hmm.
He's just all around really cool. And my brother's probably gonna hear this and immediately be on my doorstep as soon as it's out.
Yep.
Because I think he paid what, $70 bucks?
Yeah, it was like 70, 75, something like that.
It's
not cheap. It was also a Japanese import, so.
Although from what because he told us that how much, because Rob had purchased it at the convention and was showing it to us while we were all at the James Roberts panel, and from what I looked online, it's less expensive than I think it was less expensive than buying it from a lot of the retailers in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like, that's about cost from Japan plus shipping. Which a lot of retailers would charge you a little bit more and then charge you shipping on top of that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's legendary Optimus Prime, that's what it was.
Thank you, Legendary Optimus. I knew the word Legends was in there.
Yeah.
Let me just go in and fix that now. Legendary Optimus. Okay. So let's see what else is on my little list here, because I have quite the haul listed on here. They got these. These were from courtesy of one Mr. SoundJackson. Were last night Bumblebee and Crosshairs. This Bumblebee is specifically the what was it, the second release of Bumblebee for that movie?
Yeah, it's the one that actually features the body used in the film, not the Wave 1 that was a repaint of the Age of Extinction bee.
Right.
And was in Wave 3 that barely saw distribution.
Interesting.
From my understanding, right, Miguel?
What was that?
The Wave 3, the Last Night Deluxes, they got minimal distribution.
Wave 3 and Cogman... Well, yeah, Wave 3 was kind of spotty towards the end, and then Cogman's Wave, which was Wave 4, never showed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, those between like Ross and everything, you and Ollie's right now, you can pretty much get a lot of the Wave 3 stuff. Although, I think
you don't need Drift because
you don't need Drift and you don't need Bumblebee because Bumblebee's going to be re-released in the Now and Then 2-pack with the Studio Series Volkswagen.
Oh yeah, that's right. And even if Cogman was the thing at Ollie's and whatnot, which it isn't, you wouldn't even need that either because you could get the one with the better paint coming out.
Yeah, at this point, the only character from that wave, from the tail end of the Last Night that needs a re-release in Studio Series is Crosshairs, which I would hope they just do a new mold that's not even remotely based off of the Last Night one or like the Age of Extinction one, because they were different molds but like reusing engineering and stuff.
Anywho, after that, I got, this was courtesy of Eric. I have a G1 Abominus, who is, he's all right, you know. I like him. He's up there on the top of my shelf with my other G1 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of G1, I also got a G1 Pipes. I'm so excited, so happy. Finally have a G1 pipe. Like, you have no idea how long I've wanted one. Quite a while. This is also courtesy of Mr. Crownover. I have a Prime Ultra Magnus. Transformers Prime.
Yep.
The Voyager. Oh, and I just remembered something I forgot to write down on my list. So let me just, he's very nice. He's very blue. Is he the same, or a reuse of the Voyager Optimus mold, or is he something new? Because I could see it going both ways with how the shoulders are.
Sorry, for what?
Which?
Transformers Prime Ultra Magnus. Is he a reuse of Prime, of Optimus?
It depends on which one it is, because Magnus had 2 Voyager toys.
It's the one with the
accurate one.
It's the one with the jetpack and the hammer.
That's a remold of the first wave Optimus. So
okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say I could see it being one or the other, just because of the shoulders might make things different. Okay.
Yeah, there was the other one that was just like a completely new mold entirely, but had the same head.
Huh. Interesting.
But it was released before the one that's based off the show Optimus design.
Okay.
Before out of the show.
Okay.
So, IDK.
ADW. Anyway, on to the last thing I got from Eric, and this actually slipped my mind until now, was I got Titan's Return Overlord.
Yay!
Oh, I got an Overlord and a Pipes, and I don't know how to feel about this.
Obviously, what you need to do is to take Overlord and
display him right next to Pipes.
Give Pipes a big hug and apologize for what he has done.
Something like that. But
or be monster and display Overlord crushing Pipes on your shelf.
no, God, no. Actually, he's kind of hidden on my my purple teal. I have a what I call the purple teal black shelf, where I put a lot of Decepticons that fit that motif. There's more than you might expect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really pretty shelf aesthetically. For some reason, Abominus is on it, and I need to move him. But yeah.
I don't think Abominus perfectly fits there.
Part of him does. Part of him.
Well, if you split up the components, then you could put those components there.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, I got a Thrilling 30 Sandstorm, who has a really cool silver sword. I don't know where this came from.
Sandstorm?
Yeah. It's like, it's got this like, looks like Optimus's head engraved on it.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Is it this one?
Yes! What the? Oh my god, how do you have that? Was this something from the con?
Yes, there was a guy, I forget his Twitter handle.
Vanksta on Twitter, also responsible for Renderform, which is a third-party company that does upgrade kits. He was giving away those swords, which are based off of the Generation 2 Laser Optimus / RID Scourge mold with the G2 Autobot symbol upside down. All you had to do was follow him on Twitter and show him that you followed him, and he let you pick. I think they're from a batch that he was going to sell, but some of them didn't come out quite nice, so he was just like, I'll just give these away for free.
Yeah. I think we forgot to mention them on the post-show podcast.
Which we're mentioning him now. He had those. He had some other kits, like he the custom class, the Bob figure.
Oh yeah, I forgot to write that one down too.
He was the one who provided the option, the additional parts to turn the Bombshell into Bob.
Yeah.
He was.
And speaking of that class, that's where my brother painted Bisk's eyes purple on my deluxe Bisk or warrior Bisk, and apparently Eric did not think that was very nice or something.
Well, he just didn't think it looked good.
Well, he's wrong, because purple Bisk.
But he's the Bisk man. He is the number one Bisk fan.
Well, he's not. It's my Bisk, not his.
Well, I mean, he can't tell you what to do with your Bisk.
Exactly.
You're completely justified. He was completely justified in doing it because it's his figure and he can do whatever he wants with his figure. I was just saying that, like, I just remember me like, oh, that's odd.
Well, I like it because it's, if you know me, I love purple. Oh my god, it's the best color.
You and Megatron are very similar in that regard.
And speaking of purple and Megatron, thank you for the sound or the segue, SoundJack. I got Cybertron Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, this boy. Let me tell you about this boy, alright? Alright? Holy crap, I love him so much. These colors just pop so much. Like, I mentioned before, or someone did, that we have the Galvatron. We had Galvatron growing up of this mold.
Yeah.
Which is, if you don't know, Galvatron is basically just this, but all silver and black. It's nice, but it's kind of bland, especially when you compare it to this. The blacks and the orange yellows and the greens and the purple, everything is just, it's like art. It's like art, man. Holy crap. I love him so much. And having been playing with him now, I realized the one we had growing up was kind of busted. Because I did not know that the spiky weapon thingy, when you put the key in, that those are supposed to go up automatically. On ours, it was like you had to like push the thing back.
Huh.
Also, the key would get stuck in one of those, and you had to like rip it out and kind of break the toy a little bit.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be not good.
Yeah. But I've fallen in love with this toy all over again, man.
Very nice.
It's. I could go on, but we have a show, so I need to keep going.
Yeah, you got more stuff to talk about.
Yes, I do. I think we're most of the way through, though. God help me. I got the B movie Doom Box, as we're calling him. It's the remake of Titan's Return Soundwave. We in this household, we refer to him as Doom Box.
Well, that's his head.
No, it's the other way around for us. Deal with it.
Well,
Listen. You have your headcanon names for your mini-cons. We have our headcanon name for this remake of a Soundwave. Deal with it.
But it looks more like G1 Soundwave. That's all I'm saying.
And in relation to that, we also have the cassettes. The what are they called? The Buzzsaw, the Rumble, and the Holla. Yeah, that one. I could not remember the name for the life of me. Anyway,
the first female Transformer released for the Bumblebee movie line.
Wait, what did that come out before the One Step or Energy Igniter Shatter?
I'm not even. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the Energon Igniter Shatter was Wave 1.
Okay, fair enough.
I think
I'm thinking a Dropkick. Never mind, that's one I've seen. Never mind, ignore me.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we have MMC. I don't remember I don't know the toy name, but it's the Shrapnel.
Mm-hmm.
Insecticon. He's cool. His hands get stuck inside his arms when you're transforming him. So you have to get tweezers or something to pull him out. I don't know if that's a problem with mine or just with mold in general. Do any of you have this one?
No, I don't have it, so.
Not a bad toy by any means. It's just that one thing kind of, iffy. And I can't decide which mode I like him better in. He looks good in robot mode. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. This. No, I'm going to save that one for last.
Okay. I don't have much left, so.
This is actually something I'm holding for my brother. This is most certainly his.
Okay.
Is the TFCon exclusive Crack Up, whose name I could not remember in the pre-recording and called him something completely different.
Yeah, please don't say it.
I cannot say it, but when it comes up on YouTube, if I remember what I called him, I will put it in the comments. So look for it there.
I don't think you should, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying it out loud. It's going to be in the YouTube comments. Deal with it.
Okay. Anyway.
I also got the Flame Toys Optimus model kit. That was fun to put together.
Nice.
Glue. I did not need glue.
Okay.
Little gold circle stickers were a pain in the tuchus, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, they were.
Just, I see why the sticker sheet had extras.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's very pretty. Really good on the Optimus shelf that I have. It wasn't originally meant to be an Optimus shelf. It's just sort of become that,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is that about? Of course, I'm also holding the Bob for my brother. What's it called?
Yeah.
The custom class thing. It looks really good. I like
I
it.
forget what it's called. It's just Bob.
It was the name of the upgrade kit was Spiky the Good Boy.
Yeah.
That was so cute.
Which was a joke because Bob was originally supposed to be called Spike.
He was?
Yeah, but then the people at AWW were like, no, because there's Spike Witwicky. It's going to be confusing.
Interesting. I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
So I think we have to move on to the last thing that I got. And I mean, I've gotten a lot more this week, but just because of how much Transformers stuff I got, I'm keeping it limited to this. If you want to know more about what I got, ask later. Anyway, the very last thing, and this was for me and my brother both, a childhood completion goal. Y'all remember the Armada, the Unicron trilogy, specifically Armada. Y'all had those Minicon teams that could make weapons. You had the Star Saber and the Requiem Blaster and the good old Skyboom Shield. Well, growing up, we always had the Star Saber and the Dark Saber, too. Although our Dark Saber was kind of janky, but that's besides the point. And the Requiem Blaster, which, see previous statement. But we never, ever, ever, I cannot stress the ever hard enough, would never find the Skyboom Shield team. I remember one of our closest friends, I won't say his name on here because I don't know if he would want his name out there. We actually met him because of this team. He had the figures on him one day, and we started talking. And anyway, this was like years ago. Anyway, I guess at the con, my brother found the red, black, and white repaints of the start of the Skyboom Shield team.
Yep.
And oh my god, it's so cool! I finally have just year was Armada?
2002 to 2003.
Yeah, so I was very small. I would have been 4 or 5. So that's how long I've been after this. And it came in a 2-pack with the little emergency vehicles that turn into weapons and bots. Those are neat too. But the star of that is, of course, the Skyboom team, who I actually need to get up and go get. Because, yeah.
Fun.
Got him.
Fun. All good things.
It's still so surreal to have the Skyboom shield in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not, in the exact right colors.
Yeah.
And he did find, I guess, another set, too.
Yeah, he found the yellow ones, but the...
middle chunk of Dirt Boss was missing.
Yep.
Fortunately, somewhere in the storage crates at in our dad's garage,
you have him.
Is an intact Dirt Boss.
Yeah.
So as soon as we find him, we'll have 2 Skyboom shields.
Yep.
So this one, though, the red, black, and white one, this one's going to be mine. We've already agreed, and he's getting the original.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
And with that, I think we have reached the end of my Transformers haul.
Cool.
All right.
Else,
You and your brothers.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, all good stuff. All neat stuff. But let's go on and talk about some news. Let's start with a little... most of it's going to be toy news this week, which it tends to be. But let's start off with some Cyberverse toy news. For we have, once the page will load for me, Cyberverse Optimus Prime with battle-based trailer leaked on Toys R Us Singapore website. So Toys R Us Singapore, because yes, Toys R Us still exists in other countries, has leaked listing for a new leaked images for a new Cyberverse toy of Optimus Prime. This is the Warrior class version of Optimus Prime. Looks to be the same exact thing. No paint details are different, but it comes with a version of his G1 trailer, which can open up, carry people, and turn into a weapon base, which is very neat. I think we knew of this from San Diego Comic-Con. I think this was seen in the display, out and about, but this is like the first we've seen of stock photography, and we get retail value for it for Singapore, which is roughly 57 USD. That's probably more. There's probably just because, yeah, it's probably going to be less than that in the US, because that'd be really a lot for a $15 toy, and then that trailer.
Yeah,
trailer is relatively simple.
Mm-hmm.
And has the Cannon Charge action figure with that action feature.
Question.
Yes.
Does the trailer connect?
I believe it does. Should be able to pull.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Should be able to. Don't quote me on that if it doesn't. But I would be very surprised if they did not have a design. It designed so he could actually pull the trailer. Moving on, we have some official images and confirmations of some Siege figures from Luca Comic Con, or Luca Comics and Games, from I don't even know where on the planet this convention is being held, or was held. But we got official images, official listings for Battlemaster Taraxodon, who we've known the name of because of online listings, I believe, but we never saw in person, as well as the 2 other figures we saw online listings for but never in person before, Deluxe Prowl and Deluxe 6-Gun. Pteroxodon is a pterodactyl that turns into an axe, which, if he didn't, that'd be very surprising, but he looks very cool. Six Gun lives up to his name and splits into 6 blaster gun components, which one thing with Siege is that they love giving names for all of the weapons, but instead of just like gyro blasters or ion blaster, it's like 2W5 gyro blasters, MTX2 S2A guided missile launcher, etc., etc., etc. It's a little more convoluted than necessary, but I think they describe Six Guns mode as a Cybertronian tank, which I just thought it was like a hover vehicle, like an aircraft vehicle of some kind, as opposed to a tank, because it looks like it has hover jets on it, but like maybe it's just a hover tank. It's cool. And then you have Prowl, and from the general response I've seen online, he is the weakest out of the reveals and quite possibly the weakest out of Siege. The proportions to an extent just feel off.
He looks like the Cyber Battalion. And that's...
Yeah.
Me.
I think Eric was saying that he likes the design for the Cyberverse Prowl that we've seen better than this one. And I'm not sure where my opinion rests on that yet. However, one thing I will definitely complain about is why does he have clear plastic wheels?
Cybertronian, baby.
They're not even smoky. They're like completely transparent, clear plastic.
Because maybe they're not actually there. It's like imagination.
But they painted the rims.
Okay, yeah, then in that case, there's no excuse.
Like, I know Optimus's wheels flip up to give him a hover mode, but...
Maybe he's testing out something that he got from Wheeljack.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're... Okay, I can't even use, like, stupid logic to come up with an idea. That's just...
Like,
why?
I was going to buy the wheel shouldn't be there thing until I realized the hubcaps are painted gray.
Also, wait, if the wheel... Yeah, no, there's another flaw with that theory. He has wheel wells.
Yeah, the wheel wells, too.
No defending it.
One thing to note with Prowl is the light bar is actually removable and can attach to his blaster, indicating that they might have plans for other uses of the mold later down the line, such as smokescreen blue streak.
Although, what is it? There was I think it was for this Comic-Con, there was like promotional imagery that kind of looked like a lithograph, where you see a Decepticon police car, or at least police car looking robot in the background, which most likely is going to be Barricade. So it's fun that within at least this first line within the trilogy, the mold's going to be reused as a police car.
Yes. Yeah, because the Barricade did look like it was using the same base design as Prowl, or the base shapes as Prowl, which makes sense because I think I mentioned on the show before that concept was used to give Barricade a toy through the Collectors Club before, from the Prime Prowl. Mm-hmm. So there's a precedent for it. I kind of wished it would have been a heavy retool into his evergreen design, which looks really nice.
Where the thing on the poster looked more like that Collectors Club one, where it's very much a black and purple color scheme applied to the G1 Prowl design, which is still probably will still look fine, especially if they give him a new head. Yeah.
The question is if the color is going to make the proportions look better.
Possibly. One thing that I'm hoping for is that the mold that you can angle the windows. I mean the windows, the doors, the door wings.
Yeah.
I feel like that would definitely help. Fix the silhouette a bit, because otherwise he almost looks like a Cyber Battalion figure. When I first saw it, and I was because I had just picked up the Henkei versions of all three of them from the Universe mold, and at first I was like, maybe was this a mistake? Because the Siege one might look really good and like might make me reconsider. And then when I saw the Siege one, I'm like, nope. I'm glad that I picked up the three of them.
Yeah, admittedly, while a lot of people have been complaining about Siege for like, oh, we already have all of these figures. I am someone who really got into collecting after Classics Universe passed, when all like the good versions of these characters were out. So I'm not complaining that they're coming out again. Will slightly complain that we kind of just got them in Combiner Wars, but I didn't care for them. But the only one I've really been like, boy, maybe I'll go back and try to track the Classics Universe one down is Prowl, because that kind of still looks better. I've been hearing things that that mold might not have aged well. So I don't.
The Universe Prowl mold is a tricky one. The arms and like the way the head goes on and everything, like there's a lot of finickiness to the transformation. The main concern is whether or not you get a good one from a good batch, because a lot of the mold, across the three of them, is paint on clear plastic, and in some cases it doesn't adhere well enough. So there's a lot of instances where the paint is kind of tacky, and it results in it chipping or wearing pretty easily. I've never encountered that on any of the versions of the Prowl mold that I've owned. Personally, I've encountered it on the Ironhide and Ratchet mold a few times, which is something that's less common, or at least less reported. I honestly, I'm one of the people who enjoys a lot of those Universe molds. They're not some of the best molds. I feel like Universe of the original like lines of Classics and Generations, Universe was the weakest of them. But from what I'm seeing, I at this point, the Combiner Wars version of Prowl seems to be your top tier Generations Prowl.
Yeah, I've been seeing people saying
that's.
Well, I mean, that base mold's good.
It's not a bad mold, I'll admit.
It just doesn't look like Prowl all too much.
It doesn't look like Prowl, and what is it? There's like 50
wings.
versions of it. Because they were like, oh yeah, this dead end mold's good. Let's reuse it for everyone.
Yeah. And they used everyone else a bunch too. I think their favorite molds from Combiner Wars were Dead End and Alpha Bravo.
Definitely.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then, I mean, what is it? Dead End, to the point where like that mold got kind of like, what is it? It has some spiritual successor in Chrome Dome and in Punch Counter Punch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they do really like the Dead End mold.
They love that mold.
Oh my god, I see it.
Yeah, his
oh
legs.
my god.
His feet. Yep. They're right there.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm still probably going to get Prowl because I don't have a Prowl. And I don't.
I got my Universe Prowl literally like around a year ago at a Rite Aid. Like, it was sitting on the shelf.
Why?
I don't know why it was on the shelf. I don't know why why it was still there.
I mean, we found a toe. I remember we found a Toa Nuva at a Kroger in like 2007. So
A what?
A 2002 Bionicle in 2007 at a Kroger. So anything is possible.
It still wins because that was a 10-year-old toy.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not outside the realms of possibility.
It's more outside of the realm of possibility. It's a lot closer to it.
I know, but never mind.
Like, that's still definitely weird, yeah, but yeah. Anyway, what do you got? Okay, so besides Prowl, what do you guys think of these reveals?
I like Six Gun, because I like my Gunbiner boy.
So we like the Gunbiner.
Yes.
Do we like the Pterodactyl Axe Pterodactyl? Pteroxodon?
I like him.
Cool. I do too.
What does it give his affiliation, though?
I want to say Autobot.
Okay.
Let me see. Doesn't call out, but I think TF Wiki lists it as an Autobot, so it's probably an Autobot. Also, he's photographed with Prowl, which would encourage that.
That's what made me think that too.
Yeah. Yeah, Pteroxodon's an Autobot.
Okie dokie.
Also, can I just note, even though his name is Pteroxodon, his description lists him as a scythe weapon mode. His official weapon mode aim is the binary edge-wing scythe.
I can see the shape in the weapon, but that is an axe.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, what is a battle axe but a binary scythe? I mean, think about it. Take half of a battle axe away, extend the blade a little bit, boom, scythe.
Well, wouldn't a closer representation of a binary scythe be a pickaxe? Because the blade already sticks out a bit.
Yeah, I could kind of think more like a hoe, though. But I think I'm thinking like Minecraft shapes and not weapon shapes. So I don't know.
But yeah, so we got some more confirmation on Siege figures. We're probably going to know officially everyone before the year is out at this point, it seems like. Because they're just going to be like, screw the spoilers. We're going to tell you all of them before we can get spoiled, even though a lot of these figures were already spoiled for us anyway. Because of leaks and whatnot. But anyway, next bit of news. I just want to bring this up very quickly just because the numbers associated with this are weird. Pop Culture Shock G1 Starscream statue official images and details. This is that company that brought the G1 Pop Culture Shock Optimus Prime using a cel-shaded coloring for the statue, which looks really nice. This Starscream, I think we've seen images of it before at conventions and whatnot. This is a museum scale statue. The height is 26.5 inches tall.
Big boy.
It's a big boy. It's a static statue. We already know there's going to be 3 of them because we've already seen imagery of Skywarp and Thundercracker for this. Well, there's display options. You got different arm poses and whatnot, but like you have different facial poses. But most of it's pretty static. And the most interesting thing is there's a ship date of February to April of 2020, not even 2019, 2020. Doesn't seem to be a pre-order or anything. But it's probably going to be available to pre-order soon, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It looks good.
I haven't actually looked at the pictures yet. I was busy texting someone.
I think it looks pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Transformers Devastation Starscream.
Yeah.
But one, I don't have any more room for a 26-inch scaled statue. 2, it's I don't think I'll have the money in the wallet to be able to afford that.
Yeah, the article mentions nothing.
Is that a statue or a drawing?
It's a statue. It's designed to look like your cell-shaded drawing.
Oh my god! Holy crap!
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, Michi, gimme.
Chrys, no, it's 26. It's taller than your kids.
It won't be in 2020.
Fair.
Michi, gimme. Don't, no, please.
No, we don't even know how much it is. That's probably like $1,000 right there.
And
yeah, we're talking about the person who has a tank.
Yes.
A tank.
$1,000 is nothing.
That's a tenth of the price you spent on that tank.
Yeah, worth it. That thing is so pretty. I want it.
Anyway, next bit of news. We were talking about Siege, and Jared being done with Power of the Primes and getting ready for Siege. Well, getting ready is be ready now, because apparently Siege has already made retail appearances in the United States. We have confirmed sightings of not only the Voyagers, both Optimus Prime and Megatron, but as well as the Battle Masters. And we also know all the DPCI codes or UPC codes, depending upon if you're looking at Target or not. I think Target's going to know the DPCI, right? Yeah. Everywhere else uses UPC codes. For the Wave 1 Siege figures. Which, holy crap, we're here. It's time. Yeah. You guys ready for Siege?
I need more time.
Too late.
I'm ready for some of them. Some of them will be left behind, but some of them I will be picking up for sure.
Oh, interesting.
Like that Shockwave, that is getting in my collection.
Same.
That is.
Why?
That is the. I've never seen a better Shockwave in my life.
Not even Masterpiece.
Okay, fair enough. But okay. Of mainline retail Shockwaves.
Very.
Also, can Masterpiece Shockwave go full General Grievous on his enemies and have 4 arms?
Exactly.
Well,
General.
Technically, Shockwave can't full General Grievous because only 3 of his arms have a weapon.
Sorry about that. The Grievous voice killed my throat.
Well, don't do the Grievous voice then.
I didn't know it would do that till I did it.
Why? Why would you think it wouldn't? To be honest.
Because shut up.
Anywho. So Siege is out and about, and Haley Steinfeld, aka she's playing Charlie, right? Yeah, Charlie Haley Steinfeld has released an original song for the Bumblebee movie called Back to Life. I have not, unfortunately, had the chance to listen to it, but I want to get a chance to listen to this because this is going to be this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Has anyone listened to this song?
I haven't gotten the chance to do so, and anytime I actually did, I completely forgot about it.
I'll probably listen to it tomorrow at work, maybe.
Okay.
I'll let you know how it is. Just someone text it to me on my phone or something.
I'll probably listen to it now that I remember that it's a thing.
Same.
Yeah. And the last bit of news. Toys R Us returns as Jeffrey's Toy Box, which is literally a box.
Sorry.
So here's what's up. from our understanding, Jeffrey's Toy Box at the new Toys R Us is to be coming back, but at the moment being basically like a pop-up thing that has special like boxes that sell their special unique brand product. There have been a couple of Krogers, which are Midwestern, mid US. Where are Krogers, Chris?
We have them here. We have one down in Decatur. Up here in Champaign, we don't have Kroger. We have Ruler, which sells all the same products. Basically, it's just Kroger with a different name.
Okay.
So So if you have a Ruler, they might show up there too.
Yeah. From our understanding, which is actually what Miguel has told us, because he knows some people working for Jeffrey's Toy Box again.
Hypothetically.
Well, was it wrong for me to mention that like you knew people that are working with this again, Miguel? Just to mention, like, these weren't supposed to be out yet. That's all I was going to say. That these were not the ones we're seeing broke street date from his understanding.
Hypothetically, these are not. This shouldn't be happening just yet. Apparently, from what we've gathered.
Yeah.
Theoretically, according to sources we don't actually know about, we just assume it's Miguel, but it very much likely is not. It may actually be me. You owe me one, Miguel.
Maybe I should just ask Eric to cut this section out.
Maybe. Maybe we just should briefly just mention, hey, this is a thing.
Yeah.
We haven't about it yet.
Well, Miguel says it's fine, even though it's probably not that fine.
Well, that's good, at least.
So I'll let it go for the time being.
Miguel, you owe me a cookie for that save. What cookie?
That's all for the news. So, time for pretty pre-orders. Jared, what's our pretty pre-order for the week?
This week our pretty pre-order is none other than Vans Toys FT-31A Road King, which is their take on a masterpiece scale Motormaster.
Ooh,
and it looks pretty nice. This might be one of the first, if not, the first figure from these guys that I actually buy. And I might go in on their combiner, depending on how it looks.
Oh, is this compatible with the thingy my brother got? The crank guy?
Is it?
I don't know. Is that Vans Toys, the con exclusive bugger?
I think.
Oh.
No.
No?
They had an exclusive. I think the Vans Toys one was a G2 drag strip.
Yeah.
Okay, then who made the crank guy?
It's funny because there's like two different toy companies that release two G2 Stunticons that are incompatible with each other at the same convention. That much I know. That much I know. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure the G2 drag strip was Vans Toys. Oh, it's X Transbot Crack Up.
Okay.
And it's not. Nope, not even. It's Fans Project G2 drag strip.
So we have
Fans.
3 different sets of Stunticons going on right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's like 6 Springers that were available at the same time. 6 third-party Springers.
Dagnab. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, so much. So, is anyone getting this Road King?
He looks pretty. I might. Having finally seen and played with some third-party stuff, they're actually not bad. So.
Well, they better not be for those price tags.
Yeah, I know, right?
I might go in on this set because they are going to be making the other Sonicons. I'm sure. But, yeah, depending on what the combined mode looks like in color and, like, depending on any QC issues or any issues flat out that these figures might have, I might get it, but I might wait till figures are out, and then I'll get the entire set.
Hey, SoundJack, I think we forgot a news thing. Unless I was thinking of something else. Nope, I was thinking of something else. Never mind. Apologies.
Yeah, I was going to say, pretty sure I got everything.
You did.
Yeah. All right. So, up next, question of the week. Chrys, what is the question of the week?
The question of the week. And you know what I'm going to do? What? I'm going to add a new level to this question of the week thing. With Eric's permission, I don't see him having any issue with this. But I want to involve the fans with this a little bit. They're the ones asking the questions, right? For the most part. They should be allowed to answer it, too. So, we do this between us. But throughout the week, I want you to answer me as well with your answers. So you would just want to tweet those answers to me at KomeMom.
Or tweet them to Steel City Bots.
Or at Steel City Bots, that too.
At Steel City Bots might be.
You know what? Good point. Yeah, tweet them to at Steel City Bots.
So then other people can see your responses.
Exactly. And so the question of the week that we're going to start this with is very, very relevant and a very good one for this question. And that is... Which Wave 1 Siege figure do you want to pick up first? Now, real quick question. Is Shockwave Wave 1?
Yes.
Then that's my answer.
Yeah.
Leader class Shockwave.
Yeah. Yeah. Figured as much.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, someone leaked the case distributions for each of the size classes, but it didn't include the leaders. But we do have DPCI codes for the leaders, so I guess they're going to still be coming with the other Wave 1 figures at some point. Because it doesn't seem like everything's coming out at the same time at the very least, because we only know of Voyagers and Battle Masters at the moment that have not been online pre-orders that are being fulfilled now, because people are getting their deluxes in too, or seeing deluxes as well. But yeah, it's time for Siege. So yeah, figured you'd say Shockwave. Jared, what about you?
I mean, it's me, obviously.
Yeah.
I would say Shockwave, but to not make all the answers Shockwave, I'm gonna have to go with probably Sideswipe, because actually for some reason Sideswipe is actually pretty much hitting everything good for me.
Nice.
He actually does look pretty nice. Yeah, if I go into a store one day and just see a whole bunch of Siege stuff, and I can only get one, I'm probably just gonna grab Sideswipe if there's no leaders. If there's a leader though, I'm gonna get me a Shockwave.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Miguel, who do you want to see most out of Siege? Out of the first wave, who's the one you have to get first out of the Siege?
I mean, I don't know that I'll be lucky enough to get him first, but if I had to only grab one for whatever reason, I think the one that's top priority for the first wave would probably have to be Skytread.
Yeah.
I think just on the grounds of not even trying to push away nostalgia or wanting the figure or wanting a representation of the character for a while. Skytread just looks to be one of the best figures of Wave 1. with like trailing behind him, maybe then Megatron and Shockwave. A lot of the others look to be really fun, but aren't necessarily. I don't. If something were to happen where I had to prioritize, I don't necessarily know that they would be top priority. Like Magnus. Magnus is someone who I very much like what they did, but even then, I don't know that he's going to be that good of a toy. And there's a lot of issues that I have specifically with the larger robot, the Magnus armor. But Skytread definitely looks like someone who's going to be really good. So I'm waiting impatiently until those deluxes start rolling out at retail, or those DPCIs start kicking us results on Brickseek.
Oh, Brickseek. You're going to make my job a pain. But anyway, I'm sorry. For me, I mean, I don't want to be typical and say Optimus and Megatron because both of those look, because those are very typical answers, but like both of those are like look really, really good, like really G1, really good, and both of them are going to be in the same size class, looking the designs I want them to for the first time like ever. Like Titans Return Megatron would have been my Megatron my Classics Megatron, if this did not come out, if this Siege Megatron did not come out. The Optimus was a little too big from Power of the Primes for my tastes, so I'm happy to see those. But if I have to pick my first pickup, and I'm going to base this on if I see it on the shelf, I'm just going to snatch it up right then and there, would have to be the Micromaster Battle Patrol, purely because Big Shot's in it, and I just love his name. Which is weird, but hey, it's me. You know I like my Minicons, so I'm going to like my Micromasters probably. Yeah. So, and there's that. And yes, like Chris said, go tweet us at Twitter what your answer would be to this question.
At Steel City Bots on Twitter.
Yeah, that's Steel City Bots on Twitter. And for this week's mascot, is Junkion Bisque, because every single one of us on the podcast this week got
Rekgar.
Yep, everyone got Rekgar.
I can't do my Rekgar voice right now, or I totally would.
My voice is too my voice is not squeaky enough to do his.
Squeak! Uh-oh, where'd SoundJack go?
I think this is his internet taking a break.
Wait.
10:40, so...
Yeah.
A little
you had a
late.
good run.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just continue on. Miguel, let's just do yours. Also on Nerdy Geek Talk this week.
Also on Nerdy Geek Talk this week, at some point, our previous 2 episodes of Steel City Bots will go back up. That will be our just newest episode covering the week's worth of Transformers topics, and then our TFCon post-con show where Eric, SoundJack, and I run down sort of and Alyssa, we run down sort of the weekend, each of us when we showed up, and just sort of the shenanigans that everyone got up to, and then talking about the con schedule, our highlights from the different panels, and other little events that we went to, and we wrap it up with going through our pretty extensive con hauls and stories related to all of the gets of the weekend. It was really fun. Definitely check those out when they go back up. SoundJack still isn't here, so we'll have to continue unless he's...
I will take over.
Oh.
You can find this podcast and a lot of the places you find podcasts, be that Apple Podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, what have you. You can find and on YouTube, of course, on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter at Steel City Bots, like we said before, and at Nerdy Geek Talk for all the news and updates on other podcasts on this channel. Should we wait for SoundJack to give his info, or?
Well, let's just keep going. So,
All right. For me, you can find me on Twitter at KomeMom. That's where I'm at quite a bit when I'm at work, and even when I'm not at work, and even when I am. That's my secondary. So I won't be on there as much, but I will see you if you tweet me something. So give me a reason to be on there. And not on my main. Other than that, I have a YouTube channel, Sonozawa Productions. Other than that, yeah, that's it for me.
Jared, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I do have a new Twitter handle. It's at dreadprime_. It's just an underscore. It's nothing, like it's not Zeus's underscore.
It's not underscore spelled out. It's just straight up underscore.
Yeah. So yeah, at dreadprime_. If you want to know where that name came from, just look up the Transformer fan Instagram. They did their Instagram, and that's a thing I got. So yeah. Speaking of Instagram, I am indeed on that. And on Instagram, I just post nightly pictures, sometimes a video, of my figures, kind of playing off Eric's hashtag Deskbot, which is my hashtag Nightbot, and you can find all those at JarPro00. And that's basically it.
All right, and then as for Eric, you can find him on Twitter at Eric Crowbar. SoundJack at... Is it just @SoundJack?
It's at SoundJack426. And speak of the devil, he shall appear. The man has returned.
Yes, I am back. SoundJack426 on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
Right.
They said I was gone. Apparently after the time change, the new 1024 for my internet going down is 1040.
At least it is tonight. You oughta.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll keep track.
Yeah.
Comes for a repeating error or concern.
And then, I guess, wrapping up the social media, you can find me, Miguel, on Twitter at LogosMiner. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, that's everyone then.
Yep.
So until next week, everyone. Bayonara.
Bye.
And we're clear.